Jones on the bow, a dream come true. That is some moment. Aguero!
Welcome to Sport from the Bleachers. Results and opinions for the fans, by the fans. As you can see, we're on fire. We don't actually know what's happening, but we're here. Now before we get started, have it known that Penrith are hunting history and will be hunting history the whole final series, while both Parramatta and St George are doing it their way and looking for trips away. Two shit teams, two shit social media teams. Penrith win, hands down. While I'm going.
Here we go. What's the stripper
Liverpool
taser?
are back, baby. Man United are signing centre-backs that can't play football because they're injured. While we're giving all our players to Saudi.
You are.
Boys, welcome.
How are you, Wanker?
How you going, mate?
I'm back. Luckily, we missed a week the other week, boys. There wasn't much to talk about.
Bullshit.
I can see on our run sheet that we're just getting straight into the finals chat. So, boys,
Are we?
there's there's spring in the air. It's getting a bit warmer. Finals footy.
Well, mate, it is an exciting time of the year. Best time of the year. Before you brush over the regular season into the finals, the Eels obviously pulled your pants down. But I suppose the biggest news out of that is Luai.
I think the bigger news is they're on Mad Monday.
No.
Earlier than any other team in history.
No, I just reckon we gave everyone a glimpse of what's to come next year. So that's how we're saying.
Come on,
mate. It was
Youngen. Come on,
you had
mate.
no excuse. You boys had no excuse. You had a full side, and we just trounced you at home. So you just got to get over it and focus on the finals. But Luai,
correct. So I don't have to get over it because we got over it by about half time.
So Luai, how much of a difference does that make?
It's massive, mate. Like it's huge. But I think we were in a bit of a chat over the weekend. Jack Cogger didn't miss a beat, mate. Set up 2 tries, didn't miss a tackle, took over. I think they just play a little bit differently, There's not as much off the cuff with Luai, but you saw Crichton take that role. You saw him running through midfield. You saw him take the ball and cut in like Luai does.
Does it make you a better side, do you think? Like, let's be honest. Like, does it, do you think? More structured, I suppose, or?
Yeah, but I don't think it makes us as dangerous because you saw how Luai dislocated his shoulder. He beat 3 blokes standing still.
Yeah.
Dived at the line. We're not having that.
So have they ruled him out? Is he gone?
No. I think we spoke Young. He plays the prelim. Is that what we were talking about?
I think so. He was training today.
Okay. So it's not surgery requirement.
No.
Oh, okay.
Right. From what I saw, there was no strapping or anything.
Because it looked fucking bad. It looked really bad.
Well, it was a dislocated shoulder, right? So what has sort of been spoken about is it went out and went back in, and it was just how much damage it was to. Again, I'm no doctor and don't quite understand it, but how much damage occurred around getting it in and out.
Yeah.
No need for instant surgery. I dare say it'll be surgery at the end of the season, but it's how quick he can build up the muscles around it to keep it in place to be able to tackle. Because his whole game, boys, is on contact. He needs contact. So if he needs to make his tackles, he needs to get tackles. He's not going to be able to be a Cooper Cronk and hang out the back because he's not a play maker. Like, he's not running the team.
Yeah.
So, look, it'll be interesting, right? There's been a big call made. Before, let's finish on that. There's been a big call by one of these two blokes in this, and it's. I'll start with a heading. That says they'll go out in straight sets.
Who are you referring to?
Well, I'm just asking. There's been they will go out in straight sets. Are we going to put a name to it or not?
Brisbane. Yeah, they're gone, mate. They're shit.
So we're watching the footy. When were we watching it? Thursday night? Friday night?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Storm versus Broncos. Literally half an hour in, Youngen texts in our group chat and goes, Broncos out in straight sets, they're shit.
Mind you, they were resting their top 5 players.
Yeah, and I was 2.5 bottles of Red Deep, mind you, all right? No, but I back my statement. I don't look if they make the finals, they lose.
Well, let's
the grand final, I mean, but
let's
I don't think they make.
So they lose to the Storm this week at home.
Yep,
I agree. I don't think they beat Melbourne.
Really? Okay. Well, if they can't beat Melbourne, obviously they can't win.
They get another shot at it.
Yeah, they do, but look at a long way around. If you can't beat Melbourne, you can't. You're gonna have to play Penrith, I suppose.
Well, yeah, the loser. We think
Penrith
are going to beat the Warriors. We've touched on it quickly. We don't need to go back over it, but
Warriors have got a private jet coming to Penrith, man. So they could they might beat Penrith because they've got a private jet. I don't know if you saw
logic?
That. Mate, did you not see it?
No.
They're flying over on a private jet because they don't want any distractions when they come to the foot of the mountains. So
yeah, okay.
Best of luck.
Look, that could be the blueprint. Everyone go and buy a private jet. If you're Newcastle, get a private jet from Newcastle to Sydney, not the Sid Fogs bus.
I'm gonna say the Broncos beat the Storm. Before we give our go ahead and give our tips for the weekend, but I reckon while on it, I reckon
we
the
may as well
Broncos
just
will
keep
win.
giving our tips as we talk about the games, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Young. If the Broncos get bashed, I just don't think they got anywhere to go. That's all.
No. Pappenhausen cut his mullet off today. He's ready to go.
He's off the bench, and Jerome Hughes, he'll be on 1.5 legs, I suppose.
But I don't think he needs 2 legs. Munster, Pappenhausen, Meaney,
Grant.
I don't think he needs 2 legs. He just needs to get him around the park, mate.
Yeah, look, I suppose it's going to be through the middle, you know what I mean? It's hard to come up against the forward pack of the Broncos. And if Reece Walsh is up and about, it'd be a fucking good game.
It's a new what I want to, and I wanted to say at the Penrith game. Penrith are going to take every team to 80 minutes, right? Whether it's 32-0, Penrith are going to play to the 80th minute. Can the Broncos play 80 minutes of footy? That's the question. You know the Storm are, right? You know Melbourne are, and you know Penrith are. They're the only 2 teams you can trust. I think in that top 8, they're going to play 80 minutes of footy.
Yeah.
I don't think you can trust anyone else yet.
No, and I suppose that's the biggest question for the squad at Broncos, and they probably know that. That's probably going to be their focus, you know. Like, if they can play 80 and sustain a high level, then they are going to be hard to beat. But you're right. You can trust Melbourne and Penrith in that department, but I think I think
that's how the tips are going to go. I think if you go and look across the board, everyone tipping across this week, you can only tip on trust at the moment.
Yeah.
You can't tip, anyway. So, I'm with the Broncos. I'm with the Storm, Young, and I'm going to run with you on that statement. I'm going to go straight sets for the Broncos.
Straight sets. Okay.
Yeah, I'm running. I'm going to back him, mate.
Yep.
I'm going to have...
Thanks, mate.
We'll be on the bottles of red, too, if it happens. We'll be popping it. Now, that's the top 4 sorted. I think the biggest game of the round is Broncos-Storm because of that trust issue. Because the Broncos, if they lose, mate, are under the pump from every single media outlet this side of New Zealand, right? They're going to be under the pump. Now, the other game that I think is an even Stevens game, and I'm going to go I'm going to go the Roosters. I think the Roosters beat the Sharks. I think the Sharks aren't a finals footy team.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I think the Roosters are just probably starting to click at the moment.
Mate, they go out like that. Again, I don't think they win the following week. I just think they win this week.
Yeah.
Connor Tracy's out for the Sharks, so that means both of their fullbacks are out at the moment.
Hargraves is out for the Roosters, isn't he?
Who?
Yeah, Hargraves.
Jared.
Yeah.
Hargraves.
Yeah. But man, Sam Walker and Luke Keary looked really good last week. Sam Walker looks like he's playing off the cuff footy.
Does Joseph Manu come back in?
Well, I think he's named, so whether he plays or not's another thing. If he comes back in, like that's just another.
That's a game over, I reckon. Yeah.
You know. Now, boys, let's have a quick chat about, and JB, it's probably you understand it better than most, but Sharks deserve their home final. They finished 6th, right? That's just how the cookie crumbles. They get a home final because they finished 6th. They can only fit 12,000 into the stadium. Now, why are they playing it at Shark Park and not at Combank or Accord? Don't take it to Allianz because that's Roosters' home ground, right? But take it to a bigger stadium. It's 12,000 people.
Yeah.
Gives the Sharks members the chance to buy all the tickets before the Roosters members can get it. But 12,000 at a construction site, pretty much. Come on, like
that's diabolical.
Yeah, it's a bit silly. Like it's obviously they're just gone. Yeah, we'll take the home ground advantage, but they are denying a lot of Sharks fans. It's not like they've only got 12,000 members. You know what I mean? Or like
12,000 people that want to go.
Yeah. But
mate, you'll get 12,000 Shark wankers at Penrith Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, they are everywhere.
Everywhere, that's right. They come out of the
seriously
woodwork.
are. They are, man.
Yeah.
You're right, Hedo. Like, you go to Combank, they'll get 20,000 easy.
Yeah. Well, it's a 30,000
I
stadium.
think, like, my thoughts on the home ground advantage, like, especially in NRL when the field is exactly the same dimensions everywhere you go. The AFL grounds are slightly different. But it all comes down to, for the NRL home ground advantage, is the most supporters and the loudest noise. So if you can go to Combank and get, a 70-30 split, that's a home ground advantage to me, So they're losing out there and they're denying a lot of their fans as well.
Mate, it's finals footy. It's not round 27.
No.
Like, I think the NRL needs to put their big boy pants on and have a go instead of like
what's the reason for it?
Well, let's put it this way: if GWS have their home final, they're not playing it at Blacktown. I'm telling you, right?
No.
There's no way the AFL will let them have it at Blacktown.
No. Yeah.
You're right.
There's no way.
Nah, stupid decision.
It's strange, especially like when Volandis is involved and stuff. Like
he's a flop too. Don't worry about him. He's got no hope that bloke. I'm off him too.
Well, they're going to Vegas, bro.
Good on ya.
Let's bring the podcast to Vegas. We're in.
Mate.
Take
NRL teams to Vegas. You're not going to get in any trouble over there, mate.
Yeah. Mate, imagine mate, the Roosters. hang on. I can imagine. Mate, the Roosters would run out and you'd see fucking Tom Carney number 6 and Dylan Brown number 7.
And Mitchell Pearce.
Yeah, Mitchell Pearce.
And
run the dog on the field.
And they'll be the two best behaved players over there. Fair income. Red Rags.
Seriously.
So anyway.
Mate.
Roosters or the Sharks, lads?
I'll go the Roosters. I reckon they'll be too strong. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna go the Sharks just because they're an asshole of a team and they can jag something out of it, but they won't win the next week. They're at home. They'll have their 12,000 wanker fans there. Oh fuck! I hate the Sharks.
You love the Sharks. Wow.
Oh fuck! I hate them.
You're on board the Sharks. All right, boys. The other game. I'm all aboard the Newcastle train. if Penrith don't win, I want to see someone skateboarding down someone that's Main Street in Newcastle and get a Kalen Ponga tattoo and not a Joey tattoo. I'm all aboard, and it's so good to see when Newcastle are up and about. Marathon Stadium or whatever it's called now looks
Jones.
Mickey.
Yeah.
McDonald Jones looks Mickey and boys, I'm gonna have to say, I think Ponga's the form player of the finals, leading into the finals. I think, and I
carrying an
put
injury.
my hand up. I said he was no good. I said he couldn't change the team. I did say it, but he's proved it wrong, boys.
Look, it all comes back to that. Them forced him to try and play 5/8, now full back. That's been the biggest change. And I reckon that the Knights, they're probably the only team of the bottom four that could win the second week.
Yeah.
So that they could shake it up a bit. But no,
hasn't he got like a grade 5 AC joint injury?
Yeah, he's got an AC joint. Yeah. But again, he's not tackling.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going
oh, mate.
He gets
whacked,
he's gone.
He's playing busted. But
yeah,
it's not his head.
He's got to play, yeah. But at the same time, at the moment, the way he's playing, he plays at 80%, 70%. He's still going to be good. Yeah. And Hastings comes back as well, so.
Yeah. I honestly think they put a cricket score on the, I could put a cricket score on the Raiders. Look, I'll say this. It'll be Raiders 1-12 or it'll be Newcastle 13+. It won't be Newcastle 1-12, I don't think.
Yeah.
No. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I hope it is 13+, because Ricky Stewart's a wanker.
Mate, I love Ricky. I love him, but fair dinkum, he's dead. He just needs to pull his head in sometimes, Fair dinkum.
Sometimes. Oh, you don't love him. Come on.
Well, I sort of do.
Do you reckon he hangs in with Canberra? Say if they get done by a fair margin with Jack White and leaving, do you reckon he sticks around?
Yeah, they're not letting him go, mate. He's got to quit for them to. I don't think they sack him.
Yeah, but same thing. So do you reckon he'll choose to go? Because they're not unless they sign.
No, he's Canberra through. He thinks he's better than. Yeah, I don't think he ever leaves the joint, mate.
Yeah.
Right, well, there are our finals tips, lads. Quick couple of things before we move on to the AFL, UFC, and a bit of football is the turmoil at a couple of clubs. It's the NRL media and the NRL journos can dead set pick up on something and just run with it for weeks on end. Like the Bunnies. Latrell hasn't played for 42 weeks and he's dead set. They are finding him and just pounding him. Now, I think the loss of Sam Burgess is going to be massive for the Bunnies. I think he was the only one driving standards at the joint and he was an assistant coach. And it seems as though from the outside looking in, he's had a crack at the gaffer, or the coach, about some standards. The coach didn't like it. And it was two of his big-name players. In Latrell and Cody. Boys, they were first after 11 rounds. Had beaten Penrith, the Storm, and the Broncos. Who had first, second, and third. First, second, and fourth.
Yeah.
We all had them playing.
First, second, and third.
Yeah.
First after round 11 and missed the 8. Boys, if that's Penrith, if that's the Broncos or anyone else, this is getting spoken about as the worst club in history.
Look, it's definitely getting some airtime at how, obviously the expectation versus reality, definitely. The Sam Burgess stuff is really getting in the news. Now, my thought with the Latrell thing, I hope it doesn't end up being like with the media with Adam Goods as an example. It really drove him out of the game, forced him to retire early. You never hear from him again. I'm starting to feel that way with Latrell, to be honest. Look, he doesn't do, there's certain things he doesn't do right. That gets caught in the public eye out of the club.
But can I pick you up on the one thing about Goodsy? He was the hardest trainer and he was the toughest player.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was the media that got him on the other stuff. Fair calls, right?
Yeah.
He was never, ever, as far as I know, I could be wrong, but he was never picked up on his training standards or his...
No, he wasn't. No.
His
Not
body
being
language.
lazy or anything like that.
Yeah. His body language around the team or his efforts off the field.
Yeah.
He was
It's even like the social media shit. Like, you wouldn't see Goodsy going out west and posting things about going, you know, having a dig at the city world and all that sort of shit. He's just...
He does let himself down in that sense.
Oh, he can be stupid.
He's poorly advised, I feel. Extremely poorly advised.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because, but JB, he makes a lot of money off his social media. He makes a lot of money off his own brand.
Yeah.
Right? So he wants it to a certain extent, then doesn't want it. You can't have... It's not like...
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Right? Goodsy never went looking for it.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right. The media could drive him out. But that's him also got to take some accountability for it as well, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's also a culture. It's just the NRL culture versus the AFL culture. Like, I was speaking about this the other day with my old man. Like, after a game, when, you know, both codes go into the room and they'll interview the players, the NRL, every prick's got a beer in their hand. And the AFL, you would never, ever see that.
They've got a Powerade
at all. Yeah, and they're recovering straight away.
Mm.
And then the funny thing is, it's like that's, you know, the media get around that culture of the boys having a beer after it, and then if the boys get sprung by someone in some punter in the street having a beer, it's like, well, he's obviously not trying hard enough. But it's obviously all right if you have a beer after the game, as opposed to So it's very misleading, I suppose. But you know, I agree with you. He does. There is a lot that it's in his court, but the media need to find someone else, I reckon, to worry about.
But so let's get onto that. They have found someone else in the Bulldogs, and have, from what I can see from looking afar, Young and I used to make you blokes run laps if you were late to training or we had a shit session. You ran for an hour.
Yeah.
And we're part-time footballers. So
I know.
This analogy around Serraldo and he can't coach or his standards are too high. Mate, as a park football team, we were running laps if people were late or if the session was down.
Yeah.
Like this, and
is this bloke that's come out of the woodwork, has he complained saying that he has been mistreated?
No. So
or is it because the whole team's getting punished because of him?
No. So Buzz has come out, right, and we all have our opinions on Buzz, right? And sue me, Buzz, you're a loser. Like, I just can't stand the bloke, right? He's all about this kid now and his mental health, and we're all aboard the mental health train, right? It's a horrible thing, and we all need to be aware of it and whatever else, right? And the kid has some mental health issues, right? But for Buzz to come out and blame, let's not talk about that kid because he's got mental health issues, but throw every single other person under the bus and call out as many people as he can, not worried about anyone else's mental health, right? So, Buzz, you need to pull your fucking head in a little bit, right? The kid did the wrestling session and trained the rest of the week with the team, and then decided to bring up his mental health issues, and he's now getting the help needed. Now, I'll ask you both this. You're a professional athlete. Professional, right? You're both tradesmen at one point as well, right? If you're late to site, right, you get in trouble, yes?
Yeah.
You're a professional athlete and you're late to training.
Yeah.
Get in trouble.
You get in trouble. You're late to school, mate. My kids are late to school. They've got to go and get a late note to get into school.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard Cooper Cronk talk about this during the week, and he said, like, you know, the standards at Melbourne under Craig Bellamy for 16 years was like army camp pre-season, and if you were late, fucking hell, you knew about it, and there were penalties applied, you know what I mean? Like, you knew where you stood. And we did that I did that for 16 years under Craig Bellamy. So, yeah, it's hard. The media does drive, especially with, it's just the culture of society at the moment, isn't it? Like,
and let's put it out there for what it is. It's Foxtel versus Channel 9. That's all it is, right? Because it's not. It's the Telegraph and Fox just into Gus, right? Because they don't want to see Gus succeed. That's what it is, right? And Serraldo, they're trying to say Serraldo is Gus's coaching. Like, they're trying to pull Serraldo into that, right?
Do you know the funny thing about Serraldo? Sorry to cut you off with that. Is I like how the media are really getting on his back about how he hasn't performed, with the list he's had. But yet at the start of the year when they said, we all agree that, Bulldogs, they're going to take a bit to get going, and Serraldo's going to bring a different vibe to the club. But obviously when it hasn't worked, they'll jump on the back of him saying he's not good enough. So, yeah.
But, mate, they've signed him to a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
It's not as if they've gone, mate, you've got 2 years to turn it around. They've signed him to a 5-year deal.
Yeah. Well, that just says it all, doesn't it?
Like, anyway, fuck off, Buzz.
Do you think, I don't know, Bulldogs are awful.
Yeah, look, they're bad, Scott, 100%.
They're awful. And they've got good players, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, mate, it's a great point, and let's run with it. Kikau's been injured for most of the year, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he's the most expensive decoy in history.
I know.
Have they passed him the ball close? He scored 14 tries for Penrith last year inside the 10-metre line.
Yeah, I know. They're just not using him correctly.
He's a big bastard. Yeah. Right? Matt Burton could go and play punter in the NFL. He's not a kicker inside the 20, mate, because he kicks it too far.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, lads. And Tavita. Come on, Tavita. Wants to go bash people.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I probably suits him, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Oh, come on, mate.
He won't get sent for the bin for a high shot in that rank.
But you can see why Serraldo wants to set standards, right? And it's not him, by the way. Let's backtrack on that. It wasn't him that ordered the wrestling session. It was the senior playing group. Said, we've wrestled we've wrestled everyone. He's got to do what we did. So it wasn't Serraldo, for anyone that wants to fucking jump on the Serraldo bandwagon. It wasn't him that organised that session. All right, boys. I want to ask you one thing. Who wins the comp?
Penrith.
Yeah, I'm going to say Penrith or Broncos. Yeah.
All right. Smokey, then. Who else? Well, you said Broncos, JB?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm running with the Knights. If they get on a roll, Parramatta from 08 or 09. What was the Jared Hayne year?
09. I just, with the Knights, I think that the one thing that lets them down is going back to what you said earlier about the 80-minute football.
Yeah, correct.
And I don't think they have that. I think the Broncos and the Storm are the only other teams that can do it. But yeah, look, Smokey, yeah, Knights, yeah.
Storm.
Good shout. All right, lads. I've had some messages come in about my bet at the start of the year about Joe Danaher into the Lions. And everyone's in agreement with me about how I was robbed that Danaher didn't get to play Kangaroos and West Coast 14 times like Carlton did, right? But this one person has sent me a message saying, and I haven't checked the odds on this, so I'll have it for you next week, but the message is, been listening to the pod, lads, good stuff. Also, your man Joe Danaher is 12-1 for most goals in the final series. It's a good bet.
Right, okay.
Same person goes on to say, should play minimum 3 games and at least 2 at the Gabba.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's not a bad shout.
Well, it's too fucking late now, isn't it? He should have won the fucking kicked as many goals as he did. Anyway, boys. Right. So that's leading us into the AFL. JB, all your 8 teams are in it. How did you get all 8 teams in that you support?
Oh, we just showed up, we did our thing, and beat every other prick. Look, it's going to be exciting. I mean, like this first
So Thursday night, tomorrow
Tomorrow
night. Now, this
night.
podcast is getting filmed on a Wednesday, so Thursday night, JB.
Yeah. Thursday
Your
night.
Pies?
Yeah, versus D's. Biggest game of the first week of the finals by far. Look, it's going to be hard to split them, and it's supposed to tomorrow down here.
Hail.
Anyway, it's going to be absolutely pelting down. So, and they reckon 45k wins. So, flip a coin, mate. To be honest. So Nick Dacos is out. He's not playing. Darcy Moore comes back in. So, mate, to be honest, I'm not confident whatsoever. I just think it's a flip of the coin.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm big time on the D's at finals time. Sorry, JB.
Of course you are.
I think the D's go deep. I'm on board Sydney, but I think for me, I'm big time on. I still want Brisbane. I picked them at the start. I still think they go real close. The MCG hoodoo for me about Brisbane's the issue.
Yeah.
I just think the D's are setting themselves. Hey, I don't know why.
No.
And look, Collingwood have been the best side all year. There's something about the Demons. I think they beat Collingwood.
Collingwood win by fucking 25.
Hell. You got your teeth in?
Well,
yeah, mate. They've been the best team all year. They'll come out and I'll fucking smoke them.
Look, the only thing I'll say about 100% Scott, I can't disagree. But they've had a few injuries late in the season, right? They're a bit banged up. Mate, they could come out and win by 25. You're right. I just think, again, the finals experience of Melbourne, for me, we're going to get on to Brisbane in a sec, but I don't know. I'm aboard the D's. And it's not because JB's going for Collingwood. I think they've been the best side all year. I'm a bit of D's fan at the moment.
Yeah, as I said, it's I'm not like I think we'll win, but I'm not 100% confident on that.
You just get your little jitters about you because you're coming into finals time, Justin.
Yeah, mate, of course, yeah.
So JB, 100,000 tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, be 95 at least. Yeah.
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 All right, on to the biggest game of the weekend. You reckon that's big? Friday, 7:50. Our Swans versus the Parramatta of the AFL in Carlton. JB, could there be 80,000 people there on Friday night for a Swans out of town team and Carlton?
Yeah, it could be. Like, there's a massive bandwagon down here on the Blues now, especially with had their run home to the finals. It wouldn't surprise me. I reckon it might be 70 to 80. Yeah, because there's Blues supporters come out of the woodwork now. I tell you.
Now, Youngen, I'm on board the Swans. I reckon they beat Carlton here.
You reckon?
Yeah. I reckon the finals pressure gets the Carlton.
Swans have done the hard yards to get into the 8. The hard yards. I backed them from the weeks and weeks ago, so I'm all for them. And I'd like, honestly, ever since Buddy was injured, they've just turned another gear. So it's
Are you not confident, Justin?
On Sydney?
Yeah.
No, I think Carlton will do it. Yeah, it'll be a close game. I reckon Carlton will get over the line. Yeah, I reckon Carlton could be one of those dark horses. I reckon.
Oh, I'm throwing Sydney in that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, finals footy.
Same.
Finals footy. I think it's a different game, mate.
Oh, it definitely is. But if they keep their form up, they don't look like they're stuffing around now. They're mean business now. So.
And Carlton haven't played finals footy for 10. Is it 10 years?
Yeah, it'd probably be that long. Yeah.
Yeah. And
the last time they played, it was in the Essendon doping year where they got given a ticket to the finals because Essendon had to drop out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Has that been 10? Is that 10 years?
Yeah, 2012 that was. Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. Yeah, and we're on the Swans. Yeah.
Yep.
And JB, you're on Carlton.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Flip of the coin game here for me. St Kilda and GWS. I don't think you can get a read on it for me. I didn't think St Kilda would make it, and they've finished somehow
GWS all day.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Easy.
Yeah, I think GWS pretty comfortably, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby Green player, best on ground.
Yeah, he'll kick 4.
Yeah. And I don't think much more needs to be said about it, to be honest. I think it's probably the...
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're in there, Hedo. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think...
Yeah, they started off so well all year, and then they just on a slippery slope.
That's the only thing that held them in there, to be honest.
Yeah, and Ross, the boss, has said that. He goes, we started so well, and it's the only thing that's kept us in there. But we started well. So, look, he's owning it. He knows where they are. I just think Adam Kingsley, Toby Hughes, Kingsley's got them to where they are. And Toby Green, mate, captain of the All-Australian team. I'm right in saying that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Now, we've said it all year. I've asked the question, if he was at Collingwood, Carlton, he'd be the best player in the comp, or he would be known as the best player in the comp every week. I think now he's starting to get a bit of what I reckon he's deserved for the last couple of years.
Yeah, and he's been on record probably this week or last week to say that it's just the maturity levels in him.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's realised that he's been a bit of a twat, when he's younger years.
Yeah.
But he's realised what it takes to be a elite footballer, and he's showing that. So. Yeah, look,
now, do you give them any chance of going deep? Do you give them any chance of winning second week? Because I'm on board the Sydney train. I don't see them winning second week.
No, I think they could get there, but I don't think they can make the grand final. I don't. No, I honestly don't think the grand final will come out of the top 4. That's my opinion.
All right, we'll go touching on that then. The last game of the round at the Gabba, Saturday night. So, which is correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first time we're not having a Sunday AFL game, or have they always gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
No, they've usually gone Sundays, yes. So they haven't really ever played a Thursday final because they don't really ever play Thursday during the year. So yeah.
So we're 7:25 Saturday night, no Sunday. Brisbane versus Port. I can't see the Lions getting rolled here. I know Port are a good team, but they were falling late as well, like Collingwood, bit bashed up. I can't see Brisbane losing, lads.
My upset of this final series, is that Port will go out in straight sets.
I thought you were going to put the Moz on.
Nah.
And say Port to win. Wow.
No, I reckon. I reckon they'll lose this week, and then they'll lose next week.
Fucking statements, Youngen, and statements, JB. Wow. 2 top 4 teams going out in straight sets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's massive, mate.
Yeah. Well, I just don't. I haven't seen that form and that.
I'm backing you. I'm running with both of you. You big calls.
I don't.
Big call, Youngen.
Then
big call, JB. This will go viral. This shit, boys. You see what happens on TikTok. You put your money where your mouth is, lads.
That's
it. No, yeah. I just don't think that they've shown that form. So.
Well, for me, it's Brisbane, and I've said it from the start. I called it early and said Brisbane win it. Joe Danaher, for me, to kick 4 or 5 and stand up. He needs to stand up. He hasn't probably stood up in a final series before. I wouldn't have thought with Essendon and with Brisbane. I think he stands up, kicks a bag for 4 or 5, has a rest, and dominates. He will be the leading goal kicker of the finals, as I've said at the start. He kicks 4 or 5 this week.
Yeah, he needs to. If they're going to win, and they'll be up and about Brisbane with their home crowd, and they always are in the Gabba. So
yeah, it'll be a sellout.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it'll go close. Youngen, Brisbane.
Yep.
All right,
I think so, mate.
I'm going with Brisbane. Win it from here.
Win the flag.
Win the flag from here. What have you got?
I'll stick with Collingwood at the moment.
I'm Collingwood, mate. Collingwood,
I still think that if Melbourne beat the Pies, I still think the Pies can get there.
Righto.
I'll have to go Brisbane though. Through Brisbane.
So you're running with Carlton as your smoky, JB?
Yeah.
Yeah. Young and Sydney as your smoky?
Not to win it. Not to win it. I would love to. My heart says so, but I think it's not even so much a smoky, but I don't think if Collingwood don't win, it's Brisbane.
You're on. You should have jumped on that at the start, mate. My smoky's Sydney. If Sydney get on a roll and play finals footy, the game could be 51-50 and the Swans will take it. Like, you can trust they'll take it deep. So I'm jumping on the back of them.
Yeah.
So, boys, it's a big week of finals. It starts tomorrow night.
Oh, it's just a good month all year round, isn't it?
Good month. You fuck off to Dublin for a week of it, mate. So well done.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Speaking of that.
Hey, before I just want to get your thoughts on before we go out of the way of the AFL. In the last round. North Melbourne play the Gold Coast. Now, all they need to do, North, is do what they've done all year and fucking lose, and they get the number 1 draft pick. They decide to go out and beat the Gold Coast by a country mile and just throw it away.
Now, I think it's a stitch-up. They know they're getting Harley Reid anyway.
Do you think that West Coast will pass on him round 1?
West Coast will take the Western Australian dude who's going at number 2, or we're saying we're going at number 2, because West Coast don't want the go-home factor.
Yeah, okay, fair share. And also, I think now it could play into their hands, but I reckon that you watch the AFL, Harry Mackay wants to leave, and he's not worth the number 3 draft pick. So I reckon the AFL will say, look, you've shown some ticker. We will give you the third draft pick as a compensation for Harry leaving.
So I've been a little bit of research on that, right? So if Harry Mackay is a valued player at around 700 at the moment, is that right? 700K, right? So whoever gets him has to pay that money, and then North Melbourne get repaid in the draft by the AFL. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically...
Free agency?
Yeah, he wants to leave, and they're like, well, hang on, we've committed to you, so we need something. We can't just have this people just jumping ship all the time. The AFL go, all right, well, so they weigh him up and they go, no, he's probably worth, a second-round pick or whatever it is. Rumours at the moment that they'll end up getting pick 3, which means they'll have pick 2 and 3 in the draft. Now, I don't think, and a lot of other people don't think, that he's worth pick 3.
Yeah.
I don't think he's worth top 10, to be honest. Right?
But they can then on trade pick 3, can't they? So they'll take Harley Reid at 2.
They can, but I don't think they would.
But they need some top end talent already, not 18-year-olds.
Nah, you're right. But I don't. Yeah, I think that they'll take and they'll use it to pick 2 and 3.
Mate,
but
they'll be on the bottom again for 100 years. You think the Bulldogs are bad? Them and West Coast, dead set.
What's wrong with my West Coast?
Nah. West Coast. I'm not going to say they'll make the finals, but they'll be there or thereabouts next year.
Holy shit! Did you just hear that?
Hey, what's that? I told you that stat last week that not one game this year did their top 10 players play. They had 20-something players on the injury list all year. I'm saying that I'm not saying they'll make finals, but they'll be there or thereabouts.
This is why TikTok's so good. This shit's going to go viral. Fucking mate. Are you drunk?
No.
I questioned this the other day. You were ripping in, and I wanted whatever you were on. Yeah. That was great.
Me?
Yeah. Mate, I don't know what you're mowing. I don't know what you're mowing at the moment, but keep mowing.
It is grass.
All right, boys. As I said, massive weekend of footy, but it's also massive week of punching on.
It is.
And the Batuta Advocate have come out with one of the best satire in the world. UFC now stands for Uso Fighting Cunts.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. I like that.
Please don't have a crack at me. Batuta Advocate, I've taken it from the Batuta Advocate, so throw all your sledges their way. But, mate, I giggled at that, and I seen
That's pretty good.
Ty even reshared it on his Instagram, so it was it's very, very funny. But we go to our resident UFC guy who punches on like anyone, JB. It's a big card.
Yeah, massive card. So it's in Sydney. So, look, it's a massive card for the Australians, I suppose.
In Tyson?
Yeah, like it's probably not like, I suppose the Americans wouldn't think it's a huge card in terms of rankings and stuff, but it's just back to back with all the Aussies, you know. So Adesanya, he headlines it against Sean Strickland. Now this would be an interesting one. I mean, Izzy's probably head and shoulders above this bloke, but Strickland, like, he lost his last fight, got smashed, but he's just that talk. He brings a vibe. You know, he does not care about what he says, or, you know. So he's got no mouthpiece there. But I think it'll be a close. It won't be close. I think
Adesanya, surely.
Adesanya will just school him, I reckon. It'll be one of those fights when Izzy will just decide when he wants to finish him or when he doesn't want to finish him. So, and the stuff that Strickland's been saying in the lead up, like, I think Izzy will make him pay there. But the big one for me is Ty's fight, Tuivas's fight. So he's a co-headliner against Alexander Volkov, this big Russian bloke. The guy's like 7 foot tall.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's just tall, lanky bloke. Like, he's a bit past his prime now, but he's the favourite. He's favoured to beat Ty. So, but I think Ty will beat him. I think he's clicked in another gear, Ty, I reckon, especially when he fought Derek Lewis. He knocked him out last fight. So, but there's a whole range of Aussie fighters like Justin Taff, Aussie and Kiwi fighters, you know.
Yeah.
Justin Tafa,
Tyson
Pedro.
We claim them all.
Yeah. Nah, massive card, and it's gonna blow. Right. It's gonna blow up Sydney. I'll tell you, this weekend, this Sunday. Yeah.
And the after party's out this way, isn't it?
Yeah, after party's at Panthers, mate.
It's just behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll drink.
Get a mouth guard on if you want to go there.
Drink West, boys. Yeah. Nah, it'd be good.
All right, so your multi of the week, JB.
Yeah, so multi of the week, I've just gone a UFC one.
Because we're pretty good at this, so gamble responsibly.
We've had none. We've had none all year.
Mate, I've been trying to get betting agencies to sponsor us, and they.
I don't know why they don't. They don't. I mean,
they're worried about people like getting in trouble for gambling too much. Mate,
donating.
They keep saying to me, you need to win something so we can give some money back to people.
Just give us some bonus bets. Come on.
All right, so I've gone Tyson Pedro to win. Justin Tafa, who's an Aussie, he's a heavyweight, to win by KO. I've gone against the market with Ty to not only win, but to knock him out. Alexander Volkov, the 7 foot Russian.
Well, someone's going to get knocked out in that fight, surely.
Yeah.
It's not going to distance.
No. And I've gone Izzy just to win, because he could just school him for 5 rounds and just really tear him a new face, or he could finish it quick, but I've just gone to win. So that's $50 on that, gives you $760.
Nice.
So, look, it'll be, it's going to be massive for the Aussie fighters, the Aussie boys, and the Kiwi guys. So, it'll be huge.
Yep. Very good.
All right. Well, the after party's out Panthers way, so looks like we've got something to do Sunday night, Youngen, for a Sunday session.
Yeah, that'll be good. And then straight into the airport on Monday morning. That'd be great.
Youngen, the Scottish Derby was on.
Yes.
Fucking hot in here. I'm stinking hot in my bathroom, mate. It's boiling hot.
Take your fucking puffer jacket off then, wanker.
Fucking hot,
so,
mate. I've been waiting.
Look, look, the derby was on, and to be honest, I was concerned. Obviously, Celtic hasn't had a good start with the new coach, Brendan Rodgers, even though he has been a previous coach for us. It was at Ibrox, Rangers home ground, and mate, we got the win. Tough win. But a win at Ibrox is huge. So we'll take it. It's probably saved the media from jumping onto Brendan Rodgers' back from losing to Livingston or whoever it was the week before. So massive win. He survives another day or another week. So I'm still not convinced on how we're going to go this season.
A lot of injured players, a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
He's doing it tough early.
Yeah, he is. So, look, we'll take the win and especially beat those fucking scum. So,
well, you touched on he's managed before. So the former manager in Ange is taking the Premier League by storm, Youngen. I'm by no means a Tottenham fan, never will be. Just won't be, right? But it's good to see is that an Aussie gaffer can go like he's changed Tottenham, mate. He's changed Tottenham. They're like the most fickle fans in the league. They think they're winning the league after 3 rounds,
mate. They've it's if you think back when he first got the gig, if someone was going to tell you Robin Williams was going to come out and sing a song about Ange and everything's going to go viral and the whole club's in love with him after fucking 4 games, whatever it is, you would tell him you're dreaming. But he did the exact same with Celtic.
100%.
He did the exact same with Celtic, and look what he did.
He did the same with Yokohama.
He's just... I'm so pleased. And I'm with you. I'm not a Tottenham fan, but I tell you what, I love seeing him win because I love seeing Ange with his success and the way they're playing. Now, James Maddison was, what would you say, an okay player for Leicester?
Oh, look, mate, look,
not so okay. He's a good player.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But probably not always starting for England if he was getting a call up. But now he's playing the best football of his life.
Mate, and look,
under a few weeks with Ange.
And mate, kudos to him, right? He's taken the number 10 as well, which is probably one of the most, in the last 15 years, famous number from Tottenham, right? With Harry Kane banging in goals left, right and centre. And he's taken the number 10 and he's just gone, I'm the 10. And, mate, the goal he scored on the weekend, wow, right?
Fuck.
And then he's playing a 6, he's playing an 8, he's playing as a 10.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming deep. He's putting in lovely assists to Son and all that, and banging in goals. He's just talk about Ange wanting to come in for a challenge, like Tottenham, struggling and stuff. But on top of Harry Kane leaving just before fucking season kickoff, to be where they are, undefeated.
Yeah, they're
in the
second.
So come on, man.
I've just got a quote here. So Son is now captain of Spurs, captain of South Korea, a big name. Yeah, we're running with big name, probably one of the biggest names.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Gun footballer, coached by Mourinho, Conte, Pochettino, these type of players. These type of characters. Son says this about Ange. I'm so grateful that I'm working with him. I've learned so many things as a player and as a human being. I'll do everything he asks. We're very happy. Hopefully he's happy as well.
Yeah.
He's been there 6 weeks, mate.
I know. That's a massive impact, isn't it?
Like, you sell your striker for 100, your best player for 100 million. You're not given a chance, right? And again, fuck Tottenham. Couldn't give a fuck, right? I just couldn't. But you've got to give Ange some plaudits here. Even if you're not a football fan or anything, he's putting keeping football in the Australian media at the moment.
Oh, mate, I'm at this. I know you want to have a chat, Justin, but I'm even in the gym training with blokes that have no idea about football, and they're going, "I'm on the Tottenham bus."
Yeah, fuck off.
I'm on the Tottenham bus.
Yeah.
They are, but it's Ange.
Yeah, he's almost got the same. the same reaction to the Matildas. Had
Matildas,
a lot of those part-time
100%.
supporters about getting around it, but no, it is. It's making its way through to the sometimes supporters, and it's unreal. Like, it's good to see him doing an awesome job, and it's good to see he's got the playing group behind him. It's just not like the Aussie media blowing him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Great shout.
Yeah, it's their hometown media as well getting around him, so it's good.
But mate, the hometown media want him to do an hour press conference every week because he takes the piss out of the reporters. You need to stay longer.
Yeah.
And I think if you talk to any sort of high-profile footballer that's played overseas or any coach that's played overseas as a footballer, they say the hardest thing for any person to do is the English media, the UK media. That's both Scotland's, because you know what happened to Ange at the start when he was no one knew who he was, yada, yada, yada. He had the Scottish media eaten out of his hand within 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And he's now got the English media lapping up everything he does, right? They could get beat 15-0 on the weekend, and he goes in and does the same thing in his media conference.
Yeah,
so his
it'll be
press
okay.
conference, you know?
Yeah.
Boys, we'll touch on another part of Australian football. So it looks as though Nick Montgomery's left the Mariners and signed him with Hibs. So him and Serge, the assistant, the obviously head coach and assistant coach, look like they're going to go and sign with Hibs. Great for them too. Monty's a great coach. Look what he's done with the roster that he had at Central Coast. But what it shows that our league isn't shit, right? So if you're looking at Scottish clubs, English clubs, they're looking at Australian, although he's not an Australian coach, right? But he's coached. He's been here a long time. Hardest thing for the Mariners now is they've done a pre-season with Monty, right? And now have to get a new coach in with 3 weeks to go before the season starts.
Yeah, tough.
But again, it's where our league is, mate. Like, if he wants to go and succeed as a coach, he's got to go overseas.
Absolutely, and well done for cracking it to the SPL. Like, it's a good stepping stone. Really good stepping stone. Yeah.
So good luck to them. Look, tough for the Mariners, as I said. It's going to be finding a coach to try and put a game plan in place for the player 30-game season. It's pretty tough. Now, JB, the big news during the week. Manchester United signed Arabat. Then the signing of the transfer window is going to change what United are going to do as a football club. Our man gets on social media today and is tearing down every part of social media. Scott Young's commenting on every single Man United page.
And he's looking for a cleaner as well.
Yeah, I am.
Can you fill our listeners and viewers in on the signing of the season is what?
Pitbull.
He's injured. He's injured. He's injured. Yeah, he's injured. We signed a new defender. I think he might be out for the season.
Wait, was he injured before you signed him, or?
Mate, he got injured. He got injured in the medical.
Right. Got injured side of the contract. Idiot.
Can you cough?
Oh, seriously. We are so honest to God, man. I had high hopes. 4 weeks ago, but we are. Look. That signing is, I don't understand. Let's just not go there. That's just pissed me off that you brought that up. But my team, I copped it from fucking Luke Parker this morning. He's on holidays.
He's in Italy.
He's in fucking Italy. I'm calling messages at 4 a.m.
Good.
Memes about United. So fuck you, Luke.
Yeah.
Hope you choke on a fucking Chavapi or whatever you're fucking doing.
Go on, Arsenal.
There we go. You support Arsenal now.
What a fucking chance.
Mate, look. And that's that fucking Nacho, he wasn't offside, mate. That's a fucking joke. Anyway.
All right. Shut up for a second. Right? Shut up for a second. There's big problems at United. Big.
Yeah. Jadon Sancho, yes.
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho. I know where you're going.
There's something wrong. Right? If you've got a player coming out and social media using his social media brand, which is bigger than Eric Ten Hag's, like by quadruple, you got a problem.
Mate, if Sir Alex Ferguson was the coach...
Yeah, Benny Foster said this on his podcast.
Jadon Sancho doesn't play again.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who aren't football fans or not quite understanding, Eric Ten Hag has advised the media that Jadon Sancho was left out of the matchday squad because against Arsenal because he doesn't train hard enough and doesn't deserve to be in the team. Jadon Sancho has then... Sorry?
That's an awful thing to say.
That's
continue.
Is that true or is that bullshit?
Yeah. No. Well,
look. So then Sancho's on his social media. Sancho's come out and written 3 big paragraphs, sticking up for himself, saying, "Don't believe what you hear from the coach, and don't believe what you hear from the club is true," and backed himself. Now, for me, you either back your coach, right, and say, "Yep, put your head down and train," or the coach is trying to flick him. He come with a $100 million price tag, hasn't lived up to it. Mate, there's plenty of those players, Youngen, and you like through United, through Liverpool, through everywhere.
Yeah.
But mate,
something's going on, man. We're a bit of a basket case. We are a basket case. I just some of the shit I'm seeing, and
your Brazilian guy being stood down from the Brazilian camp, Anthony.
Yeah. And like, fucking so he should be. Like he's got a left foot. That's it. You're not I don't know. They're pissing me off.
It's so good, but it's so good.
So who do you think who'll take it out this year?
Liverpool.
Sanchez. Fuck off, Feddo. Seriously.
15 games unbeaten. Our last 15 games in the Premier League unbeaten.
Man City win.
Yeah.
Man City win. Yeah, man. They're a dynasty, mate.
So Tottenham will fall away, or
Tottenham? Look, I'm going to put it out there. Tottenham are top 6 this year. They make Europa.
I disagree. I disagree. Okay. No, Tottenham. Tottenham finished top half of the table. First page of the table. I don't see him top 6. I don't think.
Who's your top 6?
Who's my top 6?
Yep.
Is Liverpool, Man City.
Yep.
Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal.
Yep.
Brighton.
Yep.
So Brighton finished top 4?
Yeah, Brighton at 4. Okay. Newcastle.
Yep.
And then take your pick for the rest. United, Chelsea, Tottenham, maybe. Take your pick.
That's it, really. That's
it. I think it's not an easy season to pick, right? But I think you can already see there's going to be Brighton are the team.
You got Newcastle. Moment. Yeah, you know why? They're not in anything else, mate.
They're in Europa.
Okay.
They're in Europa, right?
Newcastle's in Champions League.
You've got sides at the moment like Villa, Notts, Brentford, right? That are already up there. That are, and then you're going to have your sides like, mate, Everton. Come on, man. Seriously, one of the biggest clubs.
Go on.
What about West Ham?
West Ham.
No, they'll be up and about. Look, anyway.
Well, you're 4th at the moment, Justin. Look, okay, Scott, so give me your top 6. Go.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. City, Arsenal, Liverpool. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton, Tottenham, Newcastle. Yeah.
So United no good and Chelsea no good.
Yeah. You're saying Man United and Chelsea are battling relegation.
Man United are battling. No. Man United are battling 6th. They're battling 6th. They're battling 6th.
But remember this. The hardest thing for United this year with the depth of their squad, and if you're going to play Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans as your fucking fullbacks, mate, as your 2 centre-backs, you could lose 55-0 in the Champions League.
Mate, I know.
With 14 own goals.
Mate, Mate, if we don't fucking make Champions League playoffs this season,
You won't play next year.
Ten Hag's gone.
Are you calling for it now?
I'm saying that now. If we don't make top 4, Ten Hag's out the door.
Is that hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be out with Brad Arthur, you fucking cunts. Listen, before we fucking wrap up and get to a joke or whatever, I've got a young gun that I've been wanting to talk about.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's all right. He's blown my mind, mate, over the last few weeks. Footballer, 20 years old, Jude fucking Bellingham.
Oh, stop it.
Now,
Can't believe
he's
you've ever got him as a young gun. He's nearly too good.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Right? Justin, he's 20 years old, Englishman. Right?
$110 million price tag?
I don't know, man. But let's just go back to 2019, COVID year, right? Playing with Birmingham City for a year. Then moves to Borussia Dortmund in the German Bundesliga for 3 years. And then now he's signed for a mega deal with Real Madrid. The biggest club in the world, hands down, right?
Yeah.
Haley Razzo's club.
He's played 4 matches. He's a midfielder. He scored 5 goals.
Yeah, right.
In 4 matches with an assist. And then today, in his goal celebration picture like this, they've got it lit up across the Bernabeu Stadium out the front.
He's 20 years old, eh?
He's 20 years old and he's played 4 matches.
Now, Scott, that's probably one of the best things you've ever said on this podcast, that little segment. No, honestly,
thank you, mate.
As much as he's not a young gun anymore, because he's so entrenched in football, he's only 20, so he deserves to be there. Now, I'm going to try and find the video to send out on social media of the Bernabeu singing Hey Jude.
Yeah.
So there's 100,000 people singing Hey Jude.
Yeah.
At the Bernabeu, who's, by the way, has just had $1 billion restructure of their stadium, right? So, Scott, that's a Mickey shout, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And it's you got to just think when you were 20 years old if you were achieving something like that, mate.
So, on the back of that, his younger brother, Job, who could be 4 if he's only 20, is
He's learning to
It's
walk.
what? He's learning to walk. I was about to say that.
He's playing gun as well.
He's
feeding himself.
Yeah. And the gaffer's tying his bootlaces because he can't even tie his own shoes. But he's playing at Sunderland. So do yourself a favour in the championship.
Yeah,
Have a look at him. His younger brother, Job. Did I say Job?
Yeah, Job, yeah.
Is playing at Sunderland. And look, comes with all the raps. Probably not as technically gifted as what Jude is, right? But you're probably never going to be because he's going to be the next, big thing. But boys, it's you've got Messi, Ronaldo, right? That were the best ever. You've now got Mbappe, Haaland, and Bellingham. Yeah, you've right.
Bellingham is up there with those names, Hedo.
But what I'm saying is, you lose Europe lose 2 of the biggest and best that have ever done it, right, in the game, ever, right?
Yeah.
Messi's still doing it. Ronaldo's still doing it in the Saudi. Messi's still killing it. But these 3, right, Mbappe, Haaland, and Bellingham, right, are the next 3 that are. Well, Mbappe and Haaland are already there, right?
Yes, correct.
And the big thing about Bellingham is he's English, right? If he can he's probably the next England captain, I would have thought. Harry Kane, how long's he got left, right?
Yeah.
He wins a World Cup.
He takes them to win a World Cup,
100%. I think he's the next captain to win the world. Anyway, before we get on to the joke, one of us of this podcast is leaving us for the next couple of weeks and taking himself on the road. Sick of his family. He's actually cracked it. And he's taking some annual leave from the family, and he's going over to visit his ancestors in Dublin.
Mate, it's not leave, dickhead. But I got offered the opportunity to go for work, and let's say I didn't hesitate. So Fucking hooroo. Drop me off. See you, ciao, bye. See you in a week.
So the podcast will be postponed next week.
I'll be back the following week.
We'll be back the following week, and we'll be able to hear all about our friends' life in Dublin for a week. But mate, stay safe.
Hopefully I get back.
Thanks for giving us your
Hopefully
time.
I come back. Yeah, no, thank you.
Thanks for giving us your time tonight, superstar.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll send the invoice tomorrow.
Mate, and be just what you did then in that last 10 minutes, do again when you get back. That's what we want. That's the sort of stuff was what we need. That.
Right. Oh, well, fuck, mate. That's only taken me 10 months. Anyway.
Consistency's key. Think about that while you're away.
Righto, I will. I'll think about it, mate. Righto. Where's the mock? Come on.
Finish. Come on, Mock. Finish this off.
All right, so a guy walks into a bar with his pet monkey. He orders a drink. While he's having a drink, the monkey's jumping all over the place, eating everything behind the bar. And the monkey jumps on the pool table and swallows a billiard ball. The bartender screams at the guy and says, "Your monkey just ate the cue ball off my fucking table. Whole." "Sorry, mate. He eats everything inside. He's a little bastard. I'll pay for everything." The man finishes his drink, pays, and leaves. 2 weeks later, he's in the bar with his pet monkey again. He orders a drink, and the monkey starts running around the bar. The monkey finds a cherry on the bar, grabs it, sticks it up his ass, pulls it out, and eats it. The bartender is disgusted and says, "Did you just see what your monkey just did now?" And he's like, "Yeah, look, he still eats everything in sight, but ever since he swallowed the cue ball, he measures everything first."
Youngen, did you get it?
Yeah, smart monkey, mate. Smart monkey.
Well done, JB. Well done.
Oh, very good.
Well done.
Very good.
All right, boys. Finals footy. Let's get warming up. We're ready to go. Youngen, please enjoy Dublin.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll reconvene this in a couple of weeks, lads.
Beautiful.
All right.
See you, gents.
See you, boys.
Remember to like and subscribe.